Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Today we are going to focus once again on Rambo Last Blood, but this time we are going to look at something that you probably didn't know about this movie. You can consider this to be breaking news in a way, because I don't think anyone has been talking about this so far. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now you may know that Sylvester Stallone was posting a lot of pictures on his Instagram during the production of Rambo Last Blood. What is less known, however, is that Stallone was not the only one who was posting pictures online. Actually, a lot of pictures from the staff in production got online, and there is something very interesting about those pictures, which is the fact that these pictures are showing scenes that did not get to the final cut of the movie. What is even more interesting is that some of these pictures are showing a scene which was supposedly a big action sequence. You can see those pictures right now. Now you may think that this is from the final battle in the movie, but if you look closely, you will find out that these pictures are not from the final battle on Rambo's ranch. So we are looking at some big action scene that was cut from the movie. And there is more. When we look back on everything that we knew about the movie during the beginning of its production, we find out that there were several actors that were supposed to appear in the movie, but they are nowhere to be seen in the final cut. We have actors like Sheila Shah and few others. Now, when we look at Sheila Shah, for example, we find out that she was supposed to play some character called Alejandra, and she's even listed in the end credits of the movie. See, she is in the end credits, and her character even has a name. That indicates that she wasn't just some random character in the background for one scene only. Also, Sheila Shah is not a newcomer to the movie industry. She has already played in many movies and TV shows, so it seems unlikely that she would just have some background role in this movie and you wouldn't even notice her. And like I said, there are other actors that were supposed to be in the movie as well, and they are nowhere to be seen in the final cut. To sum it all up, we know that at least one big action scene was cut and several actors did not appear in the movie. Now, how did that happen? I have a theory on that, and although it is just a theory, I will explain why I think it might be actually the case. We know that there were pretty big complications with Rambo 5 pretty much since Rambo 4 left theaters. Stallone was actually supposed to do the story from Last Blood instead of the one that we got in Rambo 4. But then he changed his mind, and so in 2008 we got the story set up in Burma instead. And there is another movie that was released in 2008, which was the movie Taken. Now Last Blood was being compared a lot with Taken because they both focus on sex trafficking. And because of that, I think Stallone was trying to come up with something else. We know that first Rambo was supposed to go after some monster, which sounded a bit silly. So then Stallone was working on the script with David Morrell, the author of First Blood novelization, on the script for Rambo 5. Now this story was supposed to be more of a soulful journey, but the studio didn't like it and they wanted to do a story about sex trafficking in Mexico. When they had this disagreement, Stallone decided to leave the project and retire from the Rambo franchise. Therefore, it was very surprising that in May of 2018, Stallone came back with the announcement that Rambo 5 will happen and it would focus on Mexican cartels. So it looks like Stallone changed his mind and agreed to do the version that studio wanted, but maybe he added some stuff that he wanted as well, because in the end, Stallone was writing the script. But the point that I am trying to make here is that Stallone had some strong disagreements with the studio about the movie, and these disagreements actually went on. We know from one of the interviews that Stallone wanted to shoot the movie in Mexico and said that if they don't shoot it in Mexico, he would not direct the movie. Now we know that the movie has been shot in Canary Islands and Bulgaria, so now we also know why Stallone didn't direct the movie. At least it was one of the multiple reasons. And here we can see another disagreement with the studio. The last couple of things we know is that the studio saw the first cut of the movie sometime in April of 2019, which was like almost 6 months before the release in theaters. Another thing is that there were some reshoots after Cannes Film Festival in May of 2019. Now it didn't seem like those reshoots were huge, but when you put it all together, it seems like the studio didn't like some things in the first cut, and therefore the movie was supposed to be simplified. That would also explain why we didn't see more of Carmen in the movie, because back in November of 2018, the script for Rambo Last Blood got online, and although the plot is mostly similar, the character of Carmen, for example, had much more to do in that script. That's why I think the studio wanted to make the movie more simple and fast-paced for some reason. And I also think that's why the first half of the movie is pretty slow, and the second half flows very fast. It looks like there is something missing in some parts. Well, at least that's what I think. Hopefully we will know more about this sometime in the future. Now you can let me know what you think about this in comment section below. If you made it to the end of this video, it would be really appreciated if you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.